What's up, you guys? So you're back on the channel. Here are pictures of the quad. I don't know what happened to the video. There was a video I was gonna post. Can't find it now, but these are the pictures of the quad being lowered on, smaller shocks. What's up, you guys? We're actually at my garage now because I thought it would be a better idea to have it here instead of going all the way to the storage unit, seeing parts fit, come all the way back out here, get it welded up. So right now, there's no turning back. I've already cut off a tab. Got my buddy Austin here. He's gonna help me. That's Austin. So gonna finish cutting these tabs off. Get the motor kind of sat in there, see how it's gonna fit. I've already done a little bit of measuring, and from the sprocket to the center of the motor actually lines up perfectly center with the four-wheeler. It's actually kind of weird how it actually worked out. So I don't have to move the sprocket or get a spacer for the rear sprocket to move it if I need to. But I'll post more updates as we get going. Alright, what's up, guys? Doing a little update. Had to go to the store and get some Torx, some tampered Torx bits. For those of you who don't know what those are, it's those. I thought I had bits somewhere. I think there might be at my other job. So I had to go buy some. And then I tried to use them with my impact and they wouldn't come off. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. This is supposed to be a good impact. I have to heat them off. So there's like red Loctite or something on them. So, but I got that one loose. Those two over there are loose. And then I got 4 on the bottom. But I had to split the frame. I couldn't get the motor in without splitting the frame, which kind of sucks. I was really not wanting to do that, but oh well. So splitting the frame apart right now. Most of you probably don't know, but these Raptors, they got a front end and then a rear end, and then there's more of those down there. So we'll get it. I just want to give you guys an update. God, my hair. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. How far along I made it. I had to cut those tabs, and I might have to cut more of it off. And then I had to cut the tab back there that held the cable for reverse. So there's definitely no going back now. So we're all forward from here. What's up, guys? So one of the bolts actually stripped out, one of the tampered Torx, so I had to cut her out, which is weird because the threads aren't even damaged at all, so I don't know why it wouldn't come out. It was weird. But we got her split apart. So now time to set the motor inside of the front and then kind of squeeze everything back together. I did notice that when I did flip it, I don't know if it was from being flipped or if that's how it normally goes, but when I pulled the top ones out, the frame kind of like jolted up, maybe about a 3/16 to 1/8 of an inch. So I'm really hoping I could get it back together. I'm gonna do the bottom ones, the top ones first, and then try to force the bottom up, and then put the bolts back in. But I got to get another tampered Torx bit, and in hopes that it will work. So I'll give you guys an update here in a minute. What's up, guys? So a little update. Hold on, camera lens is a little dirty. Little update. There's a center bracket. Turns out I had to cut the whole thing out. I had to do that 3 times. I cut a little bit out and then a little bit more, and then Austin's just like, dude, just cut the whole thing out. And I'm like, gonna have to, I guess. So hopefully the 3rd time's a charm. hopefully we could get the motor to position in right. That would be pretty awesome. The only thing I want to figure out is how to position the motor to where it sits right where it's supposed to be inside, while trying to make all the brackets and stuff to mount it. I don't think it'll be too hard. So I'll give you guys a little update in a bit. What's up, guys? So it's dark outside now. I got this little fancy, not really fancy, but little work light attached with a pair of vice grips as my light. It's not too bad, ain't too shabby. But I wanted to give you guys an update. I got the motor fully in. I kind of damaged a couple parts. My throttle position sensor, I broke that trying to get the motor level and stuff, and I went up a little too high. I got it ratchet strapped around the motor to hold the front end of the motor where I need it to go. And right now I got it just perfect to where nothing is hitting the frame. I mean, yeah, hitting the frame or the motor. You know, like there's just enough clearance. Like here, I'll show you guys. So as you can see, let the camera. Yep, see, tons of room. Gets pretty close right there. It's all good up there. Obviously, it's all good back here, but this right here. Whoo-wee! Man, I don't know if you guys can see that, but man, you could probably barely get a credit card in there. You probably can't even get a piece of paper in there. But there's a gap. There is a gap. So, it's not the biggest gap in the world, but it's not gonna, you know, the vibrations from the motor is not gonna cause any holes in my oil pan. And I also got it, I don't know if there's too much oil in this thing or not, but I got it level, kind of, sorta, and it says that there's too much oil. So I'm obviously gonna do an oil change and stuff on it prior. So one thing I damaged, like I said, pretty sure that's the throttle position sensor. I mean, it goes to the butterflies, so anyways, you can see I damaged that up there. There's tons of room right in here, so I'm just gonna get like some piping or something, and I'm just gonna put the intakes right here, you know, in this area. So I'm gonna have to cut and extend some wires and stuff here and there. But there's a bracket up on top that normally sat right there, and it was, I thought, and it really wasn't in the way. I thought it would have been in the way, but it's not now. So that kind of sucks that I cut that, but I could always just re-weld it back together. Actually, you know what? Well, if I move the throttle bodies down, it technically wouldn't be in the way. So I could always just have it re-welded back on, because I did pretty clean cuts, so it should just go right over. What else? Oh, I might have to extend some cables and stuff. I'm not too for sure. But yeah, guys, I am stoked. So right now I got the rear. So the rear of this is all aluminum. So I'm gonna have to have somebody, good aluminum welder, throw in some solid mounts in the back so it doesn't go back there. But all the other mounts are all steel. Everything, pretty much this right here is all aluminum, and then the whole front end is all steel. As you can see, I'm gonna sit down real quick. So we got that mount right there. Obviously, I'm just gonna have, you know, right there, welded right there. Up here, I'm probably, I wanted to use the original mounts and then, you know, stiffen them up, but there might be some, you know what, there actually isn't anything in the way. I was gonna make a bar that goes across, to where these aren't movable, and then they kind of bolt in. You know, like there's gonna be little nuts inside of the metal tube to screw in to these holes, and then I'm gonna have a bracket go from these, and then same on the other side, but bracket to this, and then from up here I might just have, you know, just a bracket, you know, straight down. But man, I'm excited. Like I honestly did not believe I was gonna do this. Like, I felt so bad. I felt so bad cutting up this motor, this frame. But I mean, I'm going from 48 horsepower, I think it is, all the way up to 120, 130, I think these things have. I'm not too for sure. I know it's over 100. It's over 115 horsepower. But anybody who knows these motors, I've said it before, anybody who knows, you know, the fz09s or the fj09s, I think it is, any of these 09 motors that Yamaha makes, they're absolute torque monsters. Like, they love to wheelie. But so I'm excited about that. You know, it's Jesus Christ, freaking moth. It's going to the lamp. Oh, it's going to the lamp. But man, I'm just excited, you know, and to get this done. It's pretty awesome. Oh, and then also something else I gotta make. I gotta make a little spacer that goes in between those, because the original setup was the motor went in there, and that's what kept them. So I gotta get a spacer to, you know, obviously space those out. But oh, and also something else I gotta do. Hold on. Something else I gotta do is I gotta make a chain, like a tensioner or something for down here, because, you know, it's up way too high. The original, you know, sprocket's down here, and this one is up, obviously, you know, 6 inches, 4 inches, 5, whatever, you know, so many inches higher. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run, you know, the chain from the back to the top, so it's gonna hit like these teeth, and then it's gonna go around, and then I'm gonna have a sprocket that sits down here, and then I'm thinking about getting I have to get an off-centered front sprocket so that it, you know, it sits, you know, centered with this, but so that I could also keep the roller bearing, you know, right here. But then it's going to go down. There's going to be another small sprocket, you know, sitting close to around right here, and it's going to go down, and then it's going to loop around and then back up. But I'll show you guys how far off the sprocket is, so you guys can see. It's probably I want to say you know, the width of that nut, you know, probably to the end of the shaft is kind of centered. So let me find my tape measure real quick. There it is. So I have to find somebody to make me a custom sprocket for for this bike. That's roughly, pardon the double chin, you know, roughly a ½ inch, you know, a ½ inch, you know, offset, so that obviously the chain has to be straight. But so far, the motor kind of sits level. I mean, it probably could go up a little higher on this side. Not by much, maybe just a hair, which will then give me the more of a clearance on this side because you guys seen how little clearance I had. But man, I tell you what, she's almost there. So like I said, I gotta get, you know, piping for all, you know, these three, put it right here, and then back here, this is roughly how it's gonna sit, I think. Yeah, this is roughly where it's gonna sit. So all back here, my buddy said that I'm gonna cut all this out too, because I don't need any of this, because I always have a backpack. But I'm gonna have this all cut out, and then, you know, maybe a few inches deep, I'm gonna have a aluminum fuel cell made, and then I'm gonna grab the OEM fuel pump, and then, you know, bolt it to the bottom to have, you know, keep the OEM parts. I don't plan on doing like major performance to it right now, but so like maybe later, you know, obviously as long as, you know, the bolt pattern for the fuel pump's all OEM. I'm pretty sure they make an upgraded fuel pump for them. If they don't, I could just, you know, obviously cut that out, have it bottom retigged for, you know, the bolt pattern for, you know, an upgraded fuel pump, and whatnot. So yeah, you know, she's coming along nicely. I can't wait. Oh, and also some other things I gotta do. I'm pretty sure I told you guys about it, but I haven't showed you. So right here, when I rolled the quad, you can see it bent it. Obviously you can see the powder coat chipping away, but then it also messed up these brackets. So I gotta redo these brackets right here to get the Raptor fuel pump, not fuel pump, radiator back in. I'm gonna try to use the Raptor's radiator, but I gotta figure out which side is the inlet, which side is the exit. I'm pretty sure that might be the actual water pump right there, so I'm pretty sure that might be the inlet, and then that's, you know, the outlet for the motor. But that's why they make service manuals and stuff, tech manuals, so I'll be able to just look at that stuff and figure it out. And then I got to get an exhaust made, and I have just enough room to get some exhaust made. I'm gonna try to have one side, I don't know actually how I'm gonna do it. I'll figure it out. I have aftermarket exhaust for the actual bike. Obviously it's gonna have to get cut and redone. I'm not too for sure how I want to do the exhaust though. I contemplated, you know, running it down and around somewhere, you know, down and around inside here, because it has to go up and get wrapped around, and then put it out exactly where the OEM exhaust for the Raptor goes. But then all the piping would have to shoot this way, unless I could get the one side to wrap around and then come into oh no, because all that chain sprockets stuff's gonna be there. So yeah, all of it's gonna have to get wrapped to one side, down and around, and then all right here is gonna have to be exhaust wrapped so it doesn't burn me. But up and around, and it's gonna come through, up in, out, and then back in there. And then I'm probably just gonna get like a GTYR or Yoshimura exhaust or something for this, or I might just leave it straight piped, you know, like, let's do it. These things straight piped sound nasty. I want like the biggest freaking flame possible to shoot out the back, just 4-foot flame, dude. I think that'd be sick. I'm really not too for sure what I'm going to do with exhaust. I guess I'll figure it out. Maybe have you guys, you know, throw some ideas around what I should do for the exhaust, or what some stuff you guys would do differently in doing this build. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, just throw down some ideas, stuff that I should do differently, or give me some ideas of what I should do. So, but yeah, that should really be a wrap for today's video, or as I should say, a brap. So, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Damn, it didn't stop. Peace. Alright guys, so I forgot one thing. The ground clearance underneath. She said it's maybe about a ½ inch lower than the frame. I was kind of hoping to get it even. I don't know if I can, maybe, since I won't have, oh no, because the fuel rail. Anyways, you know, I got enough clearance underneath. The only thing I'm just kind of scared about now is speed bumps. I mean, I could put the stock suspension back on it, but then it's not gonna, you know, sit low. It's gonna be stock height, and I don't want that. I can. No, I want it to stay low. It just looks sick low. Like, it looks really nasty being low like this. So it's staying low, but I forgot to show you guys the ground clearance. I wanted to let you guys see that. I don't know if you guys cared to see it, but you guys saw it anyways. So, but yeah, so that's it for today's video again. So later, guys.